G. Woodson was a scholar who deeply believed that Black people should be proud of their heritage and that all Americans should understand the largely overlooked achievements of Black Americans. Born in 1875 to illiterate parents who were former slaves, Woodson's schooling was erratic, yet he persevered. He worked as a teacher and a principal before attaining a bachelor's degree in literature. Later, he earned a master's degree from the University of Chicago before becoming the second Black American to obtain a PhD from Harvard University.
At Harvard, he joined the faculty and served as the dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Woodson saw that African American contributions were overlooked, ignored, and even suppressed by the writers of history textbooks and the teachers who used them. When Woodson was barred from attending the white-dominated American Historical Association, he realized that for Black scholars to study and preserve Black history, he would have to create a separate institutional structure for them.
In 1915, he founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History here in Chicago. Its mission was the scientific study of the neglected aspects of Negro life and history. The next year, he started the Scholarly Journal of Negro History, which is still published to this day under the name of Journal of African American History.
In 1926, Woodson launched the Negro History Week in the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. In 1976, it was expanded into Black History Month. Woodson died in 1950 at the age of 74 from a heart attack. His legacy still lives on every February when schools across the nation study Black American history, empowering Black Americans and educating others on the achievements of Black Americans. This month in 7th grade Individuals and Society class, we have been researching the many accomplishments and contributions that African Americans have made to our society, from science and literature to politics and culture. Here to share what we have learned with you is our 7th graders.
Louis Armstrong was one of the most influential and famous jazz musicians in the world. He played the trumpet and cornet. He was born on August 4th, 1901, and died on January 19th, 1971. He was a leading influence in the Harlem Renaissance. His part of a new spirit of self-determination and pride led to a new social confrontation and political activisms. He had a hard time with hardships, with racism and poverty at a young age, but he wised developed to become one of the most influential musicians of jazz. He won 3 awards as Best Male Vocal Performance in 1965, got a Grammy Lifetime Achievement in 1972, and Independent Music Award for Best Album Reissue. Some of his most famous songs are What a Wonderful World, La Vie en Rose, and Hello Dolly. He was in 3 bands, Louis and his Hot 5 and 7, and Red Onion Jazz Babies. Some facts, his wife helped him start his music career. A Jewish immigrant family helped him get his first tour, and at age 62, he surpassed the Beatles at the top of the pop charts.
George Washington Carver was born in 1864 and died in 1943. He was an African-American scientist and inventor who promoted alternative crops to cotton and methods to prevent soil depletion. He was one of the most prominent Black scientists of the early 20th century. Carver developed methods for improving standard soil depleted by repeated planting. He was poor farmers to grow other crops such as peanuts and sweet potatoes. George Washington Carver was the first African American to have a national park named after him. Carver's work was exhibited at the 1893 World's Fair. George Washington Carver was the first African American to attend Iowa State University. He later received his bachelor's and master's degree there. He was orphaned in infancy, and when the war ended slavery, he grew up a free child, albeit on the farm of his mother's former master, Moses Carver. The Carvers raised George and gave him their last name. He first developed a keen interest in plants, collecting specimens from the woods on the farm.
So long.
Solange's timeline. Born June 24th in Houston, Texas in 1986. 2001 through 2005 marks Solange's acting era as well as featuring in Destiny's Child. In 2016, on September 30th, she released her hit album A Seat at the Table, which covers topics of racism and black empowerment. In 2017, she got the 100th Most Successful Dance Artist of All Time award and also got the Impact Award on the Billboard Women Music event. 2024, she's quiet, but she still posts on her socials.
Ameta is a song on the album When I Get Home. The song's lyrics reference Houston culture and take pride in the nature of African American culture, a mixture that became popular in hip-hop community in the southern United States in the 1990s, originating in Houston. The song also references black culture, black skin, black braids, black waves, black days, black bays, black things. The song also references the unisex cologne, Florida water. Black faith can still not be washed away, not even in that Florida water. Knowles previously mentioned using Florida water to wash away her hand in a piece she wrote for Dazed in April 2018. She also carried a bottle of cologne water with her on the red carpet of the Met Gala in May 2018.
Solange won her only Grammy in 2016 at the 59th Grammy Awards for her songs Cranes in the Sky in the Best R&B Performance category. Some of her accomplishments were winning Billboard Women in Music Impact Award. She was the first black woman to compose for NYC Ballet, and she got the Glamour Award.
Bobby Seale was born in October 1936 in Liberty, Texas, and he founded the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense with Huey P. Newton in October of 1966. The Black Panthers helped people by confronting politicians, challenging the police, and protecting black citizens from brutality. The Black Panthers made community service programs that provided food, clothing, and transportation to Americans, but also supported groups of activists all around the world in countries like Japan, China, France, and a lot more. The Black Panthers were once wanted by the FBI because they have believed to be a danger to the USA. The FBI said, and I quote, "The Black Panther Party is a black extremist organization that advocates the use of violence and guerrilla tactics to overthrow the U.S. government." While some viewed the party's tactics as violent, the majority of their work was focused on protecting and liberating black people in America and around the world.
Afeni Shakur was born on January 10, 1947. She passed away May 2, 2016. Afeni was born in North Carolina and later moved to the Bronx with her sister and mother. Afeni Shakur started life having a poor family at an older age, but still in school. Afeni actually dropped out after one term because of feeling like an outcast.
Afeni suffered from substance abuse as a teenager, which really brought her situation worse than it already was. After all of that, she became part of a Bronx street gang, which is named Disciples. While still in the gang, Afeni earned a postal job, being actually one of the first female mail carriers in the entirety of New York.
Afeni Shakur is known as the mother of Tupac Shakur, who was a rapper and executor of his estate. Tupac shared opinions about rights through his music, which was inspired by his mother because she was in the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers are a group and activists who stood up for the rights of African Americans and also taught children about racism.
She recruited new members to the party and helped organize strikes against property ownership and exploitative landlords. Not only did Afeni Shakur accomplish being a great activist, but she also founded and was CEO of the company Amuru Entertainment, Inc.
Afeni Shakur was originally named Alice Faye Williams. Afeni changed her name after marrying a man she met in the Black Panthers. Afeni means lover of people in Yoruba, Oriki. She also converted to Islam for her husband. She was arrested while pregnant with Tupac Shakur. When Afeni worked with the Black Panthers, they faced legal problems which resulted with her and many other group members getting arrested. She successfully defended herself in the trial against multiple charges.
Thurgood Marshall was the first African American to serve as a justice on the U.S. Supreme Court. He joined the court on October 2, 1967, which is also the year this photo was taken.
This is a picture of Thurgood Marshall's family. The woman on the left is Thurgood Marshall's first wife, Vivian Bury, who unfortunately died of cancer in 1955. They had two sons, Thurgood Marshall Jr. and John W. Marshall.
Thurgood Marshall went to segregated schools as a child, and as a teenage boy he worked in a Pennsylvania hat shop.
In 1930, Marshall had been denied access to a Maryland law school because of his race, so he instead commuted to a Howard law school.
In addition to becoming the first African American justice on the Supreme Court, Thurgood also contributed to his society through the following acts. In 1936, he joined the legal staff of the NAACP, and 2 years later, he became their chief counsel. He fought against Jim Crow laws for desegregation in schools, against the death penalty, and for women's rights. And in 1933, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom for Bill Clinton. He later died in January 24th, 1993, at the age of 84.
Beyonce was born on September 4th, 1981. She was born and raised in Houston, Texas. Beyonce is a very influential woman in the black music industry. She is the first black woman to headline Coachella.
The documentary Homecoming Coachella is a celebration of black American culture with a focus on education, specifically black colleges and universities. She also heavily influenced the R&B genre. She is a very successful and empowering black woman.
She and her husband created an album called Everything Is Love with a track called Black Effect. In this song, she talked about police brutality and being black in America. She created a musical group called Destiny's Child, which inspired so many black women to start creating music.
Beyonce, her family, and close friends helped many foundations to help the poor and many other causes in the world. She helped and visited many hospitals, along also raised a lot of funds for children who have cancer. She funded the Women's Fund for Scotland and helped women across the globe fight abuse, addiction, and racism.
She just released her new album, The Renaissance. All the money raised off merch is put towards her foundation called Be Good. Be Good is a foundation that helps black Americans find access to quality education. Her foundation believes in helping organizations, institutions, and people to work to transform their communities into places of well-being, economic prosperity, and generosity and justice.
Malcolm X was born on May 19, 1925 in Omaha, Nebraska. He was a leader of the Nation of Islam. He stood for black nationalism in the early 1960s. While Malcolm was serving time for robbery from 1946 to 1952, he became a part of the Nation of Islam. After his release from prison, he helped lead the Nation of Islam. During 1955 to 1956, he stood up for the civil rights movement, and he spoke at major universities such as Harvard and Oxford universities. Malcolm X criticized the mainstream civil rights movement that Martin Luther King was pushing. He criticized nonviolent marches. He also changed his name from El Haji Malik to El Shibaz.
Malcolm X was assassinated on February 21st, 1965 at age 39, while preparing to talk about the Organization of Afro-American Unity at the Audubon Ballroom. Unfortunately, Malcolm X was shot 21 times by Muhammad Abdul Aziz, Khalil Islam, and Thomas Hagen. The people who killed him were a part of NOI, but in 1964, Malcolm X had a falling out with them, which resulted in death threats from the group and its leader, Elijah Muhammad. They started to dislike him when the views he began expressing were not in line with theirs. Elijah Muhammad says after the death of Malcolm X, he just got what he preached, and we knew such ignorant, foolish teachings would bring him to his own end.
Martha Euphemia Lofton Haynes is the first African American woman to earn a PhD in mathematics. She was born to William and Lavina Day Lofton in Washington, D.C. on September 11, 1890. She began her education at Minor Normal School and graduated with distinction in 1906. She earned a bachelor's degree in mathematics at Smith College in Massachusetts, along with a minor in psychology. She later earned her master's degree in education at the University of Chicago. Finally, she earned her PhD in mathematics at the Catholic University of America in 1943. She was elected as Fellow of the Association of the Advancement of Science in 1962. Martha died in Washington, D.C. on July 24, 1980, when she was 89 years old.
In her will, she stated that she would leave the Catholic University $700,000. As a result, the university established an endowed chair in the Department of Education, an annual curriculum, and a constant student loan fund, all in her name. Some of Martha's notable efforts included advocating for the desegregation of public schools and her continuous opposition to the track system,
which placed students, often African American students, in academic or vocational programs, depending on their success in the early grades. Students could not change trajectories, even if their interests and skills had changed. After her retirement in 1959, Haynes became co-founder of the Catholic Interracial Council of the District of Columbia and devoted herself to many advocacy organizations, earning her a Papal Medal in the same year. In 1966, he became president of the District of Columbia Board of Education.
Jackie Robinson was the first African-American Major League Baseball player, and he was also known as one of the greats. He played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. You should know about him because he paved the way for African-American sports introduction and empowerment to the African-American community to be more open with sports. And he also taught African-American people to stand up for themselves and show how good you can be at sports and to do what you love and focus on the things that make you good at it and make it your profession. Jackie Robinson was born January 31st, 1919 in Cairo, Georgia. He died at 53 years old because of a heart attack on October 24th. Jackie Robinson's wife's name was Rachel Robinson. One fun fact about her is she lived to the age of 101. They also had 3 children, Jackie Robinson Jr., Sharon Robinson, David Robinson, and Jackie Robinson only had 4 siblings, 3 brothers, and 1 sister. His mother's name was Mally Robinson, and his dad's name was Jerry Robinson. During his time with the Dodgers, he won Rookie of the Year MVP and was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Jackie Robinson has been an inspiration for African-American boys around the world. When Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, it was not without challenge. He faced discrimination from fans, players, and coaches, yet played with dignity and pride.
Jackie, we believe you. Today, you're going to make history.
Thank you, Mr. Ricky. I do my best. That's right, Jackie. You're here because you're a ball player, not because of the color of your skin. Show them what you're made of.
Hey, Jackie, we're all rooting for you out there. You're going to be amazing tonight.
Thanks, little folks. I appreciate all my fans.
Jackie, you're playing for the young kids out there that want to break the barriers.
Thank you, Mr. Ricky. I won't let you down.
Here to perform a musical mashup of songs of inspiration in honor of Black History Month are your Tubman 7th graders. Please hold all applause till the end.
sport. I am energetic. I am caring. I'm good at karate. I am my culture. I am a star. I'm a dancer. I am good at video games. I am brave. I am smart. I am good at soccer. I am me. I am awesome sauce. I am enjoyable. I am flexible. I am not a new thing. I am a thinker. I am happy. Soy creativa. Soy dulce. I am kind. I am special. I am the future. Our unit was how we express ourselves. We learned about identity and that it is made up of many things. We learned about our inside and outside identity. We then drew it on this paper split into two halves. One half was our outside identity and the other half was our inside identity. You can see it on the slide. We watched a video about clothes around the world. We read many books about identity like Carlo, The Colors of Us, Named Art, and Just Because. We learned about skin color, hair, what you wear, culture, what you look like, what you like, who you love, emotions, and names. We learned that no one's identity is the same. We learned that everyone's identity is special. Identity is unique and can be seen on the outside but is also on the inside. We learned how people express their identity. We learned that other people cannot change your identity because it is who you are. Identity is who you are. Identity is awesome! historical events and people. During writing, we each selected a person or historical event of our choice to write an informational paper. Some of the most popular events and people among the fourth graders are 9/11, the Great Chicago Fire, Martin Luther King Jr., and Harriet Tubman. We decided to write Fall Out Boy's We to Start the Fire. based on 3 events and 1 person that we felt were important parts of recent history. We placed the events in timeline order, starting with 9/11 and ending with COVID-19. We worked hard to rewrite the lyrics, research facts about the topics, and we are excited to share what we have learned with you. A special thank you to the members of the steering committee who helped select the lyrics and worked hard to make sure all the pieces fit nicely together.
It took 3.1 million hours to clean up 9/11.
The damage cost about $100 billion.
The oldest firefighter was 71 years old.
2,753 people were missing after 9/11. A terrorist then came and planned an attack. 4,000 people survived.
9/11.
Hurricane Katrina started August 23rd and ended August 31st, 2005.
Hurricane and Tropical Cyclone Katrina struck the southeastern United States in late August 2005. Hurricane Katrina caused approximately $161 billion in damages, the costliest hurricane on record.
Hurricane Katrina was a Category 5 hurricane. An estimated 1,832 people died.
Hurricane Katrina's highest wind speed was 280 kilometers per hour.
Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans the hardest. Hurricane Katrina took a year to clean up. 33 younger people died during Hurricane Katrina, not necessarily kids.
705 people are still missing as a result of Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina was one of the most deadly events. Barack Obama was the 44th president. Barack Obama was born in Hawaii.
Barack Obama wrote 4 books.
He is left-handed.
Barack Obama was the first black president.
He is a very skilled basketball player. He moved to Chicago after graduating from Harvard. Barack Obama has 2 daughters.
He was first elected in 2008 after George W. Bush.
The COVID-19 pandemic spread to the United States in 2020 and still exists to this day.
A hypothesis of what started COVID is exposure to an infected animal or a laboratory leak.
Over 1 million people and kids died from COVID in the United States alone.
75.5% of the world got COVID.
Pfizer and Moderna created the coronavirus vaccine.
People get vaccinated so your symptoms won't be as severe.
COVID was a hard time for everyone because many people's family members died.
COVID was really hard for the homeless because public areas were closed.
Sports industry lost $61.6 billion because of COVID.